All right, y'all. We are here, health heroes. I'm sorry, I'm just getting everything together. I was fooling around a little bit with my food cam because we are making some fancy stuff today, y'all. We are making a pesto pasta, and we're not going to talk but maybe 1 or 2 minutes before we get started cooking because I've got to show you the ingredients. This 15-minute pasta is, and I don't know, I think my camera is stuck. Oh, it's back. It's back. Okay. We got to let you see this pot. Y'all know I have my food cam over here next to me. So we definitely want you to have a great view of that. Here's what's going to happen, y'all. I do not make pasta with pesto very much because I never seem to have pine nuts. But today, they say all we need is pistachios. Pistachios, and I do have some linguine. I've got some pistachios. So, y'all, we are making a fancy 15-minute pasta today. I'm going to get started cooking so that way, as you all click the like button, because Gail at Night is reminding you all to please click the like button if you find value here, do that. Now, if you are coming in and you're watching live, great. You can follow along on the replay if you're following along. You can always pause the video. Even if you're watching live, you can pause it, you can rewind, you can watch it in double time and come back forward, right? So that's what I do a lot of times. So that means if you are coming in, putting in hashtag health nuts, thank you, G. Albert, but we need you to put in hashtag health heroes. So Tati, I know you're watching from Romania. I'm going to get some garlic out, Tati, and start peeling and chopping this garlic because I have asparagus. This is what makes it fancy, y'all. Asparagus, parsley, garlic. Traditional pesto does call for Parmesan, so I do have some non-dairy Parmesan because I don't eat animals. However, if you eat animals, then by all means use whatever Parmesan you'd like. And actually, I'm going to show you this particular guy that I got this particular recipe from. This recipe is going to be in the pasta playbook. It will be my version, a variation of his. I think he did top it with a little bit of Parmesan as well. Follow Your Heart brand is the non-dairy Parmesan that I'm using. So let's get started with chopping up this garlic. I'm just going to set the pasta down here. I've got my coffee. Y'all know I'm powered by Roll Java. It has been a long week. The marketing director is working hard, y'all, to make this happen with the playbook. Y'all know this pasta playbook is going to be so much fun because not only will the pasta playbook have what's going to be in it, of course, recipes, right? 7 pasta recipes, but it will also have games. So that way we'll have the nutritional education so that you'll know, why am I even eating garlic? What are the health benefits? What are the nutritional benefits for my family? So it'll have all the nutritional benefits in the form of games. By the way, we currently have games on our website. So we'll be having some of those games as crossword puzzles, as word searches, as matches. That's the way those games will work in the book. We will have some shop and swaps in the Superbook Playbook launch, excuse me, the Pasta Playbook launch. We will also have, now when I say shop and swap, that means if you do not have Parmesan, what else could you use? If you don't have parsley, what else could you use? Like this recipe today, if you do not have the pine nuts, what else could you use? I'm using the pistachios. Now, my pistachios, I typically buy them in the shell because you should always buy your nuts in the shell. So that means, Auntie Nia, if you're just looking for a snack and you have your pistachios in the shell, you're probably going to eat them slower than if they were already shelled. You know how, like, when you get peanuts in a can, you just pop them by the handful in your mouth. Not you, Auntie Nia, any of us, right? But when we get those holiday nuts, I don't know why this garlic is so hard to peel today. This one particular clove is really difficult to peel. And you know what happens when it's difficult to peel? You just take your knife and you hit it like this, like Rachel Ray used to do. And then the peel is loosened up on it and you can get it right off. But anyways, so when you get those holiday nuts, walnuts, pecans, however you say it, then what tends to happen there is you will shell them yourself and you move really slow with shelling them, right? At a rate that makes sense. So thank you so much, Gail at Night, for reminding people that they can find all the spices in the flavor kit on our Amazon store. So Superfood Parents has an Amazon influencer storefront that our marketing director is also helping us to revamp. So that way, by the time the playbook comes out, you all are able to head on over there, get the playbook, get your kitchen gadgets, get your spices, all of those things. And of course, there's some garlic powder, I think, or some spices with garlic powder in it, if not just garlic powder. I think I'm going to stop here at these 3 cloves of garlic because these are going to be blended. So I'm going to go ahead and put them into one of the toolkits. Hey, Six Bowls is back. Hey there, how are you doing? I appreciate you. I am a superfood mama, and I've got one of my kitchen gadgets here. I'm going to put it in the cup that it comes with. So that's the immersion blender that I'm using. Y'all know I use that pretty much for every meal, and I do it on purpose. And I use this knife to show you all you don't need a bunch of stuff in your kitchen. You only need a few things to make some delicious meals. And I know Six Bowls is back. She will often cook live, so you can watch her show and see the same thing. Now, if you all are trying to figure out, okay, what's going on with this Superfood Playbook launch, keep in mind that we have this fancy pasta that's going to be in that particular book. So over the course of the weeks, now in the recipe, the guy only has a little bit of cilantro in there. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I do not like the smell of fresh parsley. I don't know why. I can eat it once it's in the dish and it's raw or cooked, but when it's raw, it kind of smells to me what grass probably smells like to people that don't like the smell of fresh cut grass. I love the smell of fresh cut grass, but the parsley, Lord knows, it's just not good to me. So he puts parsley. Oh, I forgot the limes. That's what I forgot. Because he puts parsley, lime, garlic, and the Parmesan to make the pesto and the pistachios because typically you use pine nuts. So this variation will be in the book. All right. It will be in the playbook. I'm just going to share really quickly with you all where you can find these types of tools. On our Amazon store, you can look up Amazon, Superfood Parents, Amazon. If you Google that, it'll come up. You'll know you're there because you'll be on our page. You'll see this at the very top, right? The logo and all of those good things. And you all are superfood parents, I'm sure. If you're feeding your loved ones fruits and vegetables, every spread, then you're a superfood parent. If you're feeding it to them once a day, some people have no clue and they're not giving it to any of their family members or themselves or loved ones. So scroll on down here to the best kitchen tools. This particular kit has this immersion blender in it. So I'm going to play the video for you all for this recipe. So while you all watch that, I'm going to go grab my limes, and I think I'll go ahead and start cooking the pasta. Will I do that? No, I gotta toast the pistachios first. But this particular kit right here, the whole immersion blender, this is a mini kit for $29.99. I prefer the Braun, this one here, the big kit, because it has a food processor and all the attachments with it. But let's get back to today's recipe and today's video, because of course we have people coming in from Jamaica, like the amazing MNG, and of course Trash Can Ways. Thank you for being here. You know what? This quickie pasta is going help you out. And look, yes, get the pineapple core tool, Six Bows. So let's talk about this quickie pasta, Trash Can Waves, because while you all watch this pistachio pasta, pesto pasta, that's what I'm calling it in my superfood book. While you all watch this video, I'm going to go and grab the limes. I don't use lemons very often because Dr. Sabi said limes are better. They were the original fruit, and the lemon is a hybrid to the lime, but I find that I like the flavor of lime better. So this is perfectly interchangeable. And in the superfood book, the playbook, of course, it's a workbook. So you'll have pages where they help you shop and swap. So that way you can swap out limes for lemons. It'll have some of those suggestions. So let's go ahead and get to the video for this pistachio pesto pasta. That's what I'm calling it. And all I'm going to do is go to where he is in the video. So let me add that to the screen so that you all can see him as well. And I'm going to make sure that I turn the volume on. Y'all know I watch everything at 1.5 speed. He does not talk this fast. However, right down here in the bottom, pistachio pesto. I'm just going to click there so that it starts, and let's go.
And what we're going to make now is a pistachio pesto, which is one of my favorite pastas I've been making recently. Now, I originally found out about it from my animator's Instagram. He posted a video of this, and I instantly needed to know how it was made. And he actually found this recipe from his Italian friend whose grandmother made it post-World War II out of necessity. When she didn't have traditional pesto ingredients, she just used what she had, which was pistachios. And the first thing we're going to do is toast these pistachios just like you would the pine nuts for a traditional pesto. And then I'm also going to take some asparagus. Ooh, yeah, some beautiful in-season asparagus. It's actually growing in my garden right now, but it won't be ready for harvest for a few years. And once that pasta water is ready to go, I'm going to give it a blanch. So in the meantime, we'll prepare our pesto. So we're going to hit it with the juice of some lemon. Of course, every pesto needs some garlic. Now, herbage for this dish is actually optional, but when I recipe tested it, I enjoyed just a little bit of parsley for that fresh sort of pungency. You can also throw in some basil if you want. But again, these pistachios right here are the star. Starting to brown up just a bit, smelling really nice. Get this in. And come on, come on, come on. Ah, one hand, no! Okay, I don't need all of these asparagus, and the veggies are completely up to you. But because it's a 15-minute meal, I like taking advantage of this boiling water. So I'm just going to blanch the asparagus for literally 1 minute. In the meantime, we can blend this up. You need a little bit of salt in there, a little pepper, a little olive oil, and these asparagus are definitely done. Oh, where do I go? Oh, since my sink is out of commission, I'm not blending these. This is just to cool them off. By the way, look at the vibrancy on that blanched asparagus. One of my favorite ways to cook it. So since I'm pretty much ready to blend, it's a great time to get my pasta going. This is some fresh fettuccine, the only fresh pasta I'm using today. So it should only take, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes in here. Get that going. We're also going to want some of that starchy water for pesto. We'll start this and see what we get before the water's added. So once it stops blending, that's when we will add our pasta water. Don't do that. You're going to need a good bit to get a nice creamy pesto. There we go. Look at that creaminess. Check the noodle. Oh yeah, these noodles are ready. This dish comes together very, very quick. I would say you can make it in 12 minutes. 12-minute pastas. You probably won't need all that sauce. We'll reserve a little bit. And then finally, take some of those asparagus. I'm going to cut off the heads, toss those in. Then I'll just slice these thin for a nice little crunch and pop. And this is completely optional. You can hit this with Parmesan. You can keep it plain. I'm going to hit it with a dollop of ricotta. A little more pasta water. You don't need to cook this too long, just really so that cheese melts in. And we're done. That took no time. I could really use some tongs right now, but I just don't know where they are. So 2 spoons will have to do. Just a little bit of cracked pepper on top. It's very creamy, but it's very light. And the pistachio flavor, it's not super aggressive. I wouldn't say it's like eating a pistachio ice cream. It's just a nuttiness, but balanced out with the acidity and the fat from the ricotta. That's awesome. Completely different taste experience than a traditional pesto. It almost leans more towards an Alfredo because of the creaminess, but a great quick option for your weeknight dinners.
All right, y'all, that's it. Just like that. While he was talking about giving you all the skinny on, what to do, how to do it, and you can just search 15-minute pastas. I'll be joining that soon because, of course, this pasta playbook is going to have a variation of that recipe. I've just been juicing a lime, and you all know I juice my limes just like this, by hand for the most part. So she stole my thunder. If you're up there in Canada and it's cold, you might not want to make sure the heat is on when you do this. I know it's still summer for you all, though, because I think you're on the East Coast right along with us. You're over here with Emily Renee because she's over here on the East Coast as well. I saw her come in. So welcome in. For those of you that are coming in right now, make sure you head on over to the SuperFood Parents Amazon shop as well. So that way, for Emily Renee, if she's looking for any of these tools, if she's trying to figure out what am I going to get? You will not find lime on there because lime is very refreshing. That's why I do prefer lime to the lemon. It's not as tart. And I like to just have my lime water in the morning. A lot of times I'll finish a lot of dishes. And I see a lot of folks do that, right? Different ethnic dishes, cultural dishes from around the world, everybody except the Americans. We don't finish our food with limes and lemons. A lot of other people do. So I think we're supposed to do that. And I do apologize for anybody that was triggered by that super fast talking. Y'all know when you take certain substances, it'll speed you up. Trash can waves are talking about it. So yes, let's get the lovely vegetables in here, right? The amazing M&G, because y'all have all the good stuff there in Jamaica. Don't forget, you know where to go. The Amazon store, we've got a link right there for you to find everything. So you don't have to Google it. You can just follow the links that Gail at Night is putting in there for you. So I do appreciate you, Gail at Night. All right, put in hashtag Health Heroes, y'all. We're about to do the faves hero giveaway. So I'm not sure who's going to be the hero for today, but put it in. I'm going to wipe my hands once I find my towel. I'll just use my cleaning towel. This one has a little bit of soap on it. And you know what? Another nice thing to remember is that lime and lemon, they clean your hands. We were at a resort last weekend, and I'm going to put my pine nuts, excuse me. I don't have pine nuts. That's a traditional pesto. I have pistachios. So I'm going to put the pistachios in here. We were at a resort last weekend, and we went out to dinner. And when we sat down, they brought us a warm towel. Hold on a second, y'all. This camera is not behaving right now. It looks like it's frozen again. So you are not going to be able to see what I'm doing. So let me fix this. And right now, you all can continue to do what Gail at Night and Anania have done and put in hashtag Health Heroes. So that way we're going to see who gets the honorary title of Faves Hero. So I'm going to turn this camera off so that I can fix it. See, on my end, I see it. It's working. Let me look and see if it's on now. Nope. It's still not on there. So I'll just leave the studio and come back in so that way you all can see it. Because Tati, you're right. This is going to be a tasty dish. So you all are going to see some behind the scenes stuff. I'll go ahead and toss the pistachios in. Y'all know I like certain brands. This is Simple Truth. Whatever pistachio that you can find that does not have the shell. If you got to take the shell off yourself, that does work. So I'm going to turn my camera off and back on over here in the studio. So that way everybody can see what I'm doing. When I toss these nuts in there, when I toss them in, I'm not going to finish that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When y'all see them getting toasted up. Okay. And of course I have this wonderful cooktop. Now somebody's calling me. Y'all know this is you know what? DJ Is, I'm gonna put on some of your music because we had Von Erich playing earlier. Maybe DJ Is will help us jam. Okay, good. It's live now. I'm gonna put on some of DJ Iz's music. Ooh. I had to mute that side. Okay. Pine nut pistachios going in, the fire going on. Y'all notice these are not green. And why was there a piece of plastic on one of them? Lord, I just was talking about Simple Truth being good, and they done simply messed me up. That plastic might have came off the inside of the bag or something. I'll say that. You know, you want to protect your brands that you like. Okay. So I'm going to add, once these toast up, I am going to add them to my garlic, parsley, and he used feta. They did have a non-dairy feta. I should have gotten that, but I didn't. So instead, I got the non-dairy Parmesan because Parmesan is a frequent pesto ingredient. Okay. So let's get back to it. You know what? I do want to give an update on yesterday's creamy mushroom orzo. I said I would update you all because yesterday, my kids, they enjoyed it. They thought that there was cheese. Y'all know I used Great Northern beans and carrots and some seasonings and created the most creamy sauce to go over the orzo. My kids were tearing it up and they were like, "Oh yeah, mommy, that really slapped." And then my youngest daughter was like, "Yeah, I like it because it was cheesy." Did I finish telling y'all about the resort? The reason why I mentioned that is because they gave us a hot lemon towel to clean our hands, because I was telling y'all that lemon and lime are very cleansing. You know how you can make your own. I'm going to stir this a little bit, make sure they get toasted. You know that your nuts are pretty much ready when you start to smell them. You start to just, just the same way when you can tell that you're baking something and you start to actually smell the baked food, it's getting close to being finished. So once these start smelling nutty, they're just about done. While that's happening, I'll go ahead and chop up some of my asparagus, and I'm going to leave the bottom rubber band on so that way I can pull off the top rubber band and chop them from the top. So I'll show you what I mean by that. These have two rubber bands, But usually asparagus, you use like the top 2/3 of asparagus. The bottom is so woody, it's hard to chew. It's like when they you get a bag of frozen broccoli and they tried to be slick and put all the stalks in there and you can't even chew it good. Yeah. So like he said, he cut off the very tip, which means the little cute tree part. He cut that part off, and then the rest of it he cut up, small. So this is my variation of this particular fancy dish that's going to be in my playbook. All right. Now remember, the playbook launches tomorrow, and you might have to wait till Monday though. It depends on what my marketing expert says because she's doing a lot of that work. And y'all know I was all over the place with my stuff. She's the expert, so she had to reel some stuff back in and revamp it and kind of, tell me, nah, girl, do this, do that, get yourself together. So this last third, I can compost it, I can keep it, and I feel like I could get off another snippet, but I'll just leave it there. I'm going to take these out of the pan and I'm going to pour them right into this container where my parsley, garlic, and lime juice is. Look, you're right along with me. Six Bowls is back. He said, I will eat those nuts after toasting them and ruin the entire recipe. I've done that where I was like, oh, let me taste it to see if it's ready. And yeah, I ended up eating way more than I was supposed to. It didn't quite work out like that. I know y'all are supposed to see this part, but y'all know what it looks like when food falls in the pan. Matter of fact, I'll do this so you can see them falling in, okay? And actually, I'm going to use my hands because your hands are your best tools. And when your hands are clean, you'll notice that you can move things around way better than you can with a spoon or anything else because you can guide and direct things to where they should be. It just works. So once I put this in here, I'm going to blend these things up. And since Six Bowls suggested it, loving the show. I see you're there, Lenora. Let me tell you, yesterday, I was telling you about those white beans too. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. And I am going to put in this a little bit of water and the asparagus. Okay. So Love and Live show yesterday, I made that white bean sauce with the orzo. My kids thought it was a cheese sauce. It was literally, there was like a handful of cheese in there just to give it, and I put some oil just to give it a little bit of fat at the end. But there was not a lot of cheese in there, like very little. So I'm just going to put a splash of water. Y'all see that steaming up? Just enough to blanch our asparagus. Now, according to the recipe, all he really did was use the asparagus for the creamy sauce. He just blended the nuts, the lime or lemon. He used lemon juice. I'm using lime. And I'm just going to blend those right now with my immersion blender because this one comes together pretty quickly. I feel like the longest thing that takes to cook is the pasta because most pasta takes about 8 minutes, but you always read the label. That's how you get the perfect pasta. You always read the label. So when we say get the secret sale tool, that's this tool right here. I call this my secret because if you can find this on sale or for sale, just buy it. I've had mine for 20 years. So if you want to buy that whole kit for $200, this right here is it's 20 years old because I got it when I first got married as like a first anniversary gift from a friend. I think I need some more. Oh, you know what? He put some water in here too. Now he did not put any, let me say this. He did not put any salt in it. I don't mean no harm, y'all, but I think I'm gonna probably need some salt. And this is why the pasta playbook will have these 7 pasta recipes in it. It's going to also have, what else is going to be in there? It'll have 7 pasta recipes. It will have games. It will have some shopping sheets. So that way you can shop and swap. Y'all know I'm looking for my knife. And it's right here. I only use one, so I need to keep up with it. I'm just going to put in because I do have some bomb.com seasoning from the Love and Live show that will go really nicely with this. So if you are like Bravo with Sheila, ladies, let's chat, and you're like a fancy lady and you have not put in health here hashtag health heroes yet, go ahead and put it in. We're about to do our Faves Hero giveaway. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. I'll taste it though. I'm going to add the lime because he did have at least the juice of 2 limes, but I'm perfecting some of these recipes on the air and I've tested some of them. Thank you, Bravo with Sheila. I see you put in hashtag health heroes because you want that honorary title. Ask any questions you all have also, because Love and Live show says she's going to have to watch me make it. Well, yesterday it was literally, I had boiled some carrots and I had boiled the beans myself. And then I used this immersion blender to blend them up. I added some of that Badia Tropical seasoning, and that has like an orange color. So now they think it's cheesy. The carrots and that seasoning made it kind of orange. And then I also added some, like a sprinkle of the non-dairy cheese. And I did add the adobo because the adobo has the garlic flavor. Now, Love and Live show, their bomb.com seasoning has some of everything in it. So if I feel like this particular, that's the bomb.com, y'all, from the Love and Live show. And if you're trying to figure it out, all you got to do is just scan the QR code, get real close, scan the QR code. Once I hold it still, and you can get some too. It's affordable, it's delicious, and she has a certified kitchen. She's been approved by the state and everybody else. So let's go for it. Let's blend up these pistachio nuts, okay? And y'all keep putting in hashtag health heroes right along with Bravo with Sheila. So I'm just going to blend this. I'm going to add a little bit more water because right now it's really thick and chunky. You know, you want it to be a sauce. You don't want it to be like a cement, okay? So you can eyeball it. I do not, I'm trying to remember. He had to have put some salt in there. Okay, those are still going. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you these now because we just want to kind of blanch these, okay? Well, you know, order what you need, Bravo with Sheila, because remember, on our Amazon store, there's plenty of things. There are so many different things on there, right? So that means once you're there, we have a lot of different kits. So let me just show you real quick. And Six Bow says, awesome, yes. So when you're on there, Gail at Night has already dropped the link. I think it's in the show notes as well. There's a lot of different tools and kits in this one particular kit. This big Braun set is the one that has the food processor, the pineapple corer, everything in there. Wait, no, the pineapple corer is right here, isn't it? No, that's a rolling pin. It's right here at the top with the picture of the pineapples. I haven't had any sleep in a little bit, y'all. That's why I'm talking like this. The seasoning that I used yesterday is right here. That Sazon Tropical, it's in this particular kit. And y'all see these a lot of times at your grocery store. You know, they're right there. So if you see it in the grocery store, get it. If you're not sure where to find it, then, you know, come here for it. So that way you can, you know, you can figure out what you need and all of those things. But let's get back to cooking, because while I have this on the screen, I want you to, you know what, Love and Live show, you're too sweet yourself. You're so helpful. I appreciate you. Let me show y'all this particular, hopefully the steam will go away in just a second so y'all can see it. I'm not going to salt this until after I add the pasta. And all I'm going to do right now is turn it down a little bit so the steam can fall back. I am adding linguine. So now the linguine, you see here in the corner where it says non-GMO right there? That's part of the reason why I buy this, because I tried to eat foods that are not genetically modified. Non-GMO means not genetically modified or non-genetically modified. I'm just going to cook about half of this box, and I'm going to close the rest because, you know, pasta expands also. So this is where you really want to have your pasta kind of just hanging out there. Thank you for putting in hashtag Health Heroes, Lenora. And I always break mine. So I'm just going to break it into 3 pieces. All right, I'm going to add the water. I'll put the lid on, and then I'll finish up with this sauce while this boils, because it takes about 7 or 8 minutes. And y'all know this is a 30-minute show. We're at the 30-minute mark. So, and y'all know I'm a one pot type of person. All right. So now that we've got that in there, I'm going to cover it and I'll stir it up in just a minute. Y'all know where to go if you need to find any flavors. So let's get back into our giveaway, right? Because I've already started this pesto pasta. I showed you a completed video of this where I got the idea from. I'm making my own version because y'all know I don't follow recipes very well. And that's the fun part about cooking as well. I learned along the way, finish with your seasonings at the end, especially like with the pasta. So I'm going to save the salt for then, or the bomb.com seasoning from the Love and Live show. Now, the blessed seasoning from my Renaissance grandma is a bit spicy for this one, so I won't do that. But the Faves Hero giveaway, we're about to run it. I'm going to add a splash of water to this. And I'll go ahead and put some seasonings in here because this doesn't really cook down. So I'm going to put, when I say it doesn't cook down, we put it in here and we toss it a little bit so that it gets creamy. I'm going to throw the bomb.com seasoning in here. Boom, boom, boom. That was about a teaspoonful because I was at the bottom. So I just went on and used the last of it. And remember, the bomb.com seasoning has everything. It has paprika, garlic pepper, sea salt, parsley, basil, applewood seasoning, granulated onion, ground mustard, mesquite, garlic powder, pepper, pizza seasoning, Italian seasoning, brown sugar, barbecue seasoning, and garlic powder. So it has a lot of the traditional components. You know what else I need to put in here, y'all? I need to put some of this Parmesan as well. Remember I said we have the non-dairy Parmesan. So while I'm talking, y'all put in your hashtag hashtag health heroes, because we're about to do that giveaway. So this way, Share with Love TV. If you want to win, all you got to do is put in hashtag health heroes. We're about to see who gets the honorary title. You cook a lot and you use a lot of vegetables in your dishes as well. So you're already a health hero because you are nourishing your loved ones with lots of fruits and vegetables. And of course, once the book launches, the playbook, we are going to be doing giveaways with that as well. So for some reason, I don't know why, y'all, it shows that only 3 people put this in here. I don't know why it says that. I'm not rigging it up. So if you already put it in there, you might want to put it in again. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just going to stir this pasta a little bit to be sure that it is, you know how once the pasta gets in, it's stiff. And so you got to stir it to help it wilt. You know, as it gets soft, you want it to wilt. So y'all, I'm giving y'all a little bit of time to just put in hashtag health heroes again, because I've named several people that have put it in, like Gail at Night. You put it in earlier, but now, you know, I don't know. Thank you, Six Bows. I see you've got it in there as well. Either way, we're going to have a health hero for today once I put this Parmesan in here. This particular Parmesan, y'all remember I was at the bookstore, Paperbacks Inc., a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of August 2023, and they tried this and they were like, wait a minute, that tastes like regular Parmesan, because they were omnivores. They ate everything, right? I don't eat animals, but I do eat a lot of stuff, and I used to eat animals. And when I did, I was eating Parmesan, I was eating smoked Gouda, I was eating pig feet and everything. So I have a pretty experienced palate, snails, all of those things I was eating. I also was eating quite a bit of vegetables at that time as well. I've always eaten a lot of fruits and vegetables. So, you know, made it pretty easy to just transition over to just getting the good stuff, or the best stuff, I should say. Let's run it, y'all. Y'all are putting it in. So let's run it. Who's going to be today's Faves Hero? Bravo with Sheila Network, Share with Love TV. Six Bows is back. Love and Live Show. Anania. Six Bows is back. Bravo Sheila. Bravo with Sheila. Anania. Six Bows. I was trying to say Gail at Night, but I don't even think I saw her name. Congratulations. Six Bows is always winning. Y'all, I'm going to add a little bit more water to this because to me it's still a little thick. Congratulations. And look, see, Share with Love TV, you got in there in time. But Six Bows has won, and I think Gail at Night will drop her link. So that way, if you all want to check out her content, she's one of those people that will go live and you will go with her when she's making money, when she's saving money. She has a lot of great ideas. Also, when she's cooking. because I have seen that lady make food from scratch. So congratulations from Bravo with Sheila, right? Everybody is congratulating you. And I know I thought I saw your name, Love and Live Show, but either way, we have a winner. Six Bows is back, has the honorary title of Faves 100 Hero today. Y'all are wondering what that means? That means even if she has not had one fruit or vegetable, even though I've seen Six Bows go to the sub shop, order a big sub and have spinach on it because she says she likes to crunch. So either way, she has 80 points or more. She's a plant powered titan. For every fruit or vegetable you eat, you get 5 points. So for this dish, we have what? The asparagus is 5 points. The parsley is 5 points. So we got 10 points there. We got the garlic, that's 15 points. That's how you add up your points. Now, if you can't be like an honorary person like Six Bows, maybe you've got 65 points. Maybe you're a superfood avenger, right? Maybe some of you are, it's early in the day and you are only at 50 points. You might be a Faves Crusader. Either way, you want to be like Six Bows. She is honored. This is her acceptance speech, y'all. Thank you. I'm honored. So, congratulations to you. We're going to finish up with this pesto pasta, pistachio pesto pasta, because it's typically made with pine nuts. I never have pine nuts. I can't find them in the store. It depends on what store you're in. Sometimes you got to ask for them. Sometimes they're hiding, like food places like Food Lion. They will look like they don't have pine nuts, then they will. Walmart too. I go to Harris Teeter and Kroger. I will go to. I never go to Fresh Market anymore because we have a Fresh Market within walking distance, an Aldi within walking distance, and a Harris Teeter, which is like Kroger within walking distance. But meanwhile, uh, I can never find pine nuts, even at those places. I gotta ask somebody. So that being said, let's finish this pasta. Let me find what I'm looking for. Oh, y'all know what I never did? I never put on the DJ is music. We don't have any music in the background, but this is a 15-minute pasta and it's almost done, which means we are going to be doing our super clap sign off soon. The super clap sign off means I'm going to put some more water in here too, y'all. This is still kind of thick. The super clap sign off means if this dish is good, if the food is delicious, then we can clap it up. It's so good, we got to clap because y'all know my favorite thing to do is to clap. Your body is your first instrument. Your voice is an instrument. And then, of course, you can make music with your body. So, you can have a whole band all by yourself, right? So this is why I love to clap, because you can really set the tone, set the mood. Y'all, this is more creamy. This is what we want. And you see, this is about halfway full. I'm going to show you all this under the other camera so you can see it. And hopefully this linguine is doing its thing. I'm going to turn it down so the steam doesn't come up so much. So when I lift off the lid, y'all can see it. I'm going to get us a track playing. Six Bowls says, thank you. Thank you, love. Thanks, everyone. And you know what else? She had some seedless grapes. Oh, the seedless green grapes are only $1.29 a pound at Aldi. We have that Aldi near us and they have some deals. They always have good deals on their produce and they always have pretty good produce. I try to go for seeded foods because, the food with the seed in it helps us to not have any fertility issues. I'm just going to show you all this so that way you can see that the pasta is, falling down. Love and Live Show is still congratulating you. And if you all are trying to figure out, well, how do I track whether or not I'm a Faves hero? That's what the playbook is all about. Right now, we have this tracker on our site, superfoodparents.com. I'm trying to stop the steam so y'all can see the food. I'm going to add a little bit more water because the pasta is wilting nicely. So I told y'all, this is a 15-minute pasta that is just about done. Like, once the pasta cooks, we really didn't have to cook the sauce. Matter of fact, let me taste this sauce. I'll show it to you all under the camera also, so that way you can see the texture, okay? And if a little bit falls into the pan, that's fine. This is where it's going anyways. You see how smooth that is? And you see it's creamy and everything already. So let me taste it and I'll let you all know. Oh, girl. You know what? Now, it does have that tang from the lime juice. I do prefer a little less tang and a little more salt. but I like my food a little more salty than some people. But for this particular dish, especially because pasta and potatoes, they tend to require more salt. I will say that they tend to require more salt. So I'm going to put the lid on here and let's see what you all are saying. Because remember, you can ask any questions. Okay, Six Bow says, I got to learn to make this because I won't feel guilty when eating it. Right. That's one of the reasons why I was talking about yesterday using the cheapest ingredients. I did not expect that cheese sauce to turn out so good, but I didn't know a lot of sauces are made with white beans. So y'all know when we buying this nacho at the movies, that nacho dip that we buy in the can, like you see them pouring it out of the can, the movie theater or the ball game and or 7-Eleven, like the gas station where you get that cheese sauce. White beans will give you that creamy cheese sauce, that nice creamy cheese sauce. So I'm just going to put this Himalayan salt in here and stir it up a little bit. And now I'm putting in about a half a teaspoonful of Himalayan salt because I already put the bomb.com seasoning, which is salted. Now I'm just adding straight up salt. And then I'll add it to the pan because, yeah, this pasta is doing its thing. 15 minutes and you feel good. So again, I made a cheese sauce yesterday with carrots, some white, no, Great Northern beans, and some Badia seasoning. That was pretty much it. That was pretty much all that was in there. I cooked some onions and mushrooms to make it, fancy, but that was pretty much all that was in there. I'm going to go ahead and add this green sauce because you got green people in the building like Rambo Green Hands. You got to add the green sauce. Now his sauce was greener than mine. I don't know why my pistachios Rambo Green Hands weren't as green, but hey, we just gonna put them in here, okay? So just so that you know, the pasta, you can see it's already falling down. I'm using linguine noodles. You can use whatever noodles you like, but I'm just going to stir this, and this way the flavors can blend. Remember, this had like 3 cloves of garlic. It had a couple of sprigs of parsley and lime juice. What else did it have in it? Parsley, lime juice. The Parmesan. I might add just a little bit more because y'all, I love this particular non-dairy Parmesan. And they also have the shaky one too. When I say shaky, the one you can sprinkle, like that you would sprinkle onto pizza, because I do still eat pizza. Y'all know I love to eat. And so when I stopped eating animals, I really didn't want to compromise on taking a long time to just chew salads because I don't have that many teeth for all of that, right? I had to just go for what I knew. Oh, y'all, this is looking good. Let me put this on the big screen. I'm sorry. Y'all are like, oh, where do I find these spices? Go to the Amazon store for Superfood Parents and look at how delicious this looks. It does remind you of an Alfredo because I thought his was greener, but it was kind of creamy. And I probably could have even added more noodles. I just wanted to make sure my kids don't waste it because they'll start eating something, then they won't finish. They like bougie, where they don't think they're supposed to eat leftovers. And we used to eat food for like a week at a time back in the day. However, I did find out that you are supposed to eat your food fresh. So that means when we say fresh, we mean like brand new, like not if you late, like David Hunt coming in. Y'all know David Hunt is a singer and a vocalist. He probably was at a gig, supposed to be at work, but he was singing. Now, Sonia Tube has an excuse. She's in Namibia. It took her a long time to get to the States from Namibia. But David Hunt, you're right here on the East Coast with me. So glad to have you here, David Hunt. Wonderful premiere this morning. And Six Bows says, "Oh, this is just right. She wasn't thinking about sharing with the kid. Lord knows, you got to share with the kids because you know what? This way, when you get old, they'll take care of you. They'll remember. Oh, mommy used to give us some of her stuff, and then they'll do right by you. That's the only reason I do right by my mama because she just would indulge us. She would always have a cup of tea or something like iced tea or something cold to drink. But the cup of tea had to keep getting bigger and bigger because we would just keep coming over to the cup drinking. So instead of her saying no, she would, give us a bigger and bigger cup. You know about that on YouTube because you in Namibia, y'all got a more giving spirit. Some of us over here, like myself, we don't like to share. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Y'all, this does slap. Mm. This is really nice. I like this. I'm gonna cut that. I should not have put that second half of that lime in there. So I'm gonna put in another sprinkle of salt to cut that back a little bit. But it's time to clap. It is time to clap, y'all, because this dish is delicious. When I say clap, when the food is so good, you got to clap your hands. You got to play a DJ ears rhythm. That means the show is over. We've done all we can do, and you all can do the same thing. Be a health hero for your loved one. So if you all think you might try this, let me know. Remember, pistachios are cheaper than pine nuts. They're also easier to find than pine nuts. You can use green beans instead of asparagus, so that way if you're not feeling super fancy. But this is like a fancy type of dish because this is going into the Power Pasta Playbook that's launching soon. It may or may not launch tomorrow. Y'all know my marketing director is slowing me down because she's like, Quita, you can't just do anything, girl. Hold up, hold your horses. So I'm gonna turn this down and let's get the music going so we can say goodbye. Thank you all for being here. Someone says secret sale. You already know. That is where you get your tools from. Let me give y'all a quick close up. So this way, when y'all are listening to this clap clap, y'all can start clapping. Once y'all start seeing how this pasta is looking, y'all gonna want to clap too. Use any green vegetable you want. Mm-mm-mm. Sorry, y'all. I kind of overdid it with the volume because I was trying to look at something, looking at the screen, doing all the things. Y'all know how I do. Oh, thank you so much, Six Bowls. She says this was definitely a good recipe to share. Oh, you're welcome. From one superfood mama to another. You are absolutely welcome. All right, y'all. Clap your way out of here. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye, and you all be a health hero for your loved one. There's no excuses, right? We're out of excuses. Take care. Have a good night. Have a good dinner or a good snack. Whatever y'all got, crack it up right to the kitchen. Thank you all again. Lunchtime. Y'all know what to do. Text the word FAVES, FAVES, to 757-231-3949 to get alerts and stay in the loop. 757-231-3949. Text FAVES. Fruits and vegetables every spread. Take care, y'all. Thanks again.